Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
I'm just going to take on the stuff where left off. The whole I want to now talk about, it's called melatonin, and the synthesis is in the pineal gland, which is very small. It is the size of a pea in your brain. The corpus is the site of the soul, and it is where melatonin is made, and it has a rhythm as well, and in the sense, it is the opposite of the colossum. It peaks at night. We call it as the darkness hormone. In every species that we studied, melatonin occurs at night. And it's hormone that prepares you for the things that your species does at night. So, of course, in humans we sleep, but animals, like rodents, they are awake. It's hormone that is related to darkness behavior.
The arising concern that a lot of people have about raising children bilingually, especially the preschool year, is based on the conceptualization that the human brain at birth is essentially monolingual. And the reason why come to this occasion, because often the parents will ask me if they use two languages at home, will their child be confused because they hearing two languages? And parents are often ask my advice about whether they should use one language on parent role, which is widely known that parents who are raising children bilingually. And the reason why most people think this is a good idea is that it will help to reduce the risks of the children being confused, because they were able to associate each language with the separate speaker. The fear is that both parents use both languages, especially they use both languages interchangeable within the same conversation within the same sentences. The child will not be able to separate the languages.
These guidelines are designed to assist clients to access the free public computers and the internet in a responsible and informed way, although all care is taken to ensure a virus-free computer for public use. You'll see the service desk after entering the library, and you can have these services at the service desk. There are computers on each floor. You can use computers to access the internet, check emails and library catalogs. Follow the orange signs to find printers. Follow the instructions to use the printers. Remember to bring student cards. You can charge the card to use printers.
You can see that the two charts, each give quite a different picture of the performance of boys and girls in the two key subjects of math and English. It shows that in English, girls consistently outperform boys over a period of 6 years, achieving scores about 10% above their male peers. There is quite a different picture when we look at the math results with no real difference between genders in the results. What is the explanation for these key differences? To answer this question, researchers look at biological and cognitive factors, and a range of social factors. The interaction between these different components in early childhood development are seen as maintained and reinforced in the school context. And this leads to distinct gender patterns of behavior and skills with direct consequences for school performance and achievement. The ultimate uses of this evidence are to show that biological factors, such as patterns of cognitive developments, are closely linked to social factor, such as learned gender categories. This cognitive skills are learned both pre-school and subsequently at school, supported by the responses of teachers, creating a reinforcement of patterns.
Only one country, tiny little Bhutan, wedged between China and India, has adopted the gross national happiness as the central index of government policy, and actually has a good deal of success in education and in health and in economic growth and in environmental preservation. And they have a rather sophisticated way of measuring the effects of different policies on people's happiness. But they are the only country to go that far. But you are now beginning to get other countries interested enough to do kind of white paper policy analyses about happiness research. What effects would it have if we used it more for public policy? You are beginning to get countries like Australia, France, Great Britain that are considering publishing regular statistics on happiness. So it is beginning to become a subject of greater interest for policymakers and legislators in different advanced countries.
Audio Jungle.